Hi everyone, welcome back to David at Go To Hobbies. Right, drive to survive. What is the secret about motorway driving? Think about it. There's obviously risks at every point, but the other thing is you haven't got people turning out from side roads, you haven't got traffic lights, you haven't got pedestrians walking across the road, you've got pedestrians not walking or crossing the road, as I say. There's no people walking their dogs and so on. So what are the sort of dangers you're going to face on the motorway? Obviously fast moving vehicles, side winds, the weather, where it can be like the wind, the rain, snow, ice, aquaplaning, fog. Right, I'll deal with those in another video, but we're going to talk about the basics of motorway driving. So, secret is when you are going onto the motorway, on the slip road, the exit or the entrance. We'll talk about the entrance to the motorway. You build your speed up before you reach the motorway itself. That is why slip roads are sufficiently long enough for you to build your speed up. Normally, they are pretty long. Sometimes they're not long, sometimes they are longer than others. But bear in mind, that is your judgment to the speed you need to accelerate. You need to be at a reasonable safe speed. So anything above 50 miles an hour or 50 is a safe speed to entrance to the motorway. You've got to be very observant when you are pulling onto the motorway. Give way to other drivers. Don't stop on the slip road. If you can't get entrance to the motorway because the traffic is very built up, in other words, a lot of traffic on the near side lane, you don't stop on the slip road. What you do, you go onto the hard shoulder, providing it's clear to do so. If there is a hard shoulder, you keep your right hand indicator on because it tells other drivers you wish to enter the motorway carriageway. Carry along the hard shoulder if you can't get access to the motorway. It's safer to drive along this hard shoulder than to stop because you've got the risk of people hitting you up the back. 9 times out of 10, you will be able to get flashed in, given sufficient room to pull in before you actually have to run down the hard shoulder. Why am I saying this? I've had to do it myself, excuse me. So, it's about judging the other vehicle's speed when you're coming down that slip road, giving good indication of what your intentions are to do. So when I'm saying indicate, you can indicate when other road users see your vehicle. There's no point in indicating if there's no one else to see your vehicles and what your intentions are. And that's another video I'll make about when to use indicators or when not to use indicators. So, as I say, excuse the noise. I've got a doggy on the floor playing with a toy, and I've got 3 on my lap keeping me happy. And they are basically keeping my legs warm. So if you see the camera move, it's not me, it's them shuffling around, and I've got knocked. So anyway. So I think we'll break this in stages, and the first stage is, as I say, and that is entrance to the motorway, driving at a reasonable speed to entrance onto the motorway. You would ideally be, around about 60 miles an hour. Truck drivers drive at 56 miles an hour, between 56 and 60 miles an hour. They're governed down to 56 miles an hour. Even though it is legal to do 60, in a truck at the present time. I might be wrong. Don't get me right. Don't quote me on that. I'm saying. Sorry for me fluffing my words. Right. As I think it's the first time of the day. So, what I'm trying to say to you is that put yourself in a position. So you're driving your car. Theorise about it. So you're driving down the slip road. What would you normally do? Would you slow down? Excuse me, got a hair. Would you slow down towards the end of the slip road and look over to see? What you should be doing, excuse me, is watching the speed of the vehicles on the near side lane. The near side lane is the lane nearest to you. The middle lane is the middle lane. Offside lane is the one furthest away from you. Some motorways have 3 lanes, some motorways have 2 lanes, and some motorways have 4 lanes. And the reason for the 4 lanes is because they've done away with a hard shoulder. So what happens when you come down a slip road, you've still got to gain entrance to the near side lane, but sometimes they block that near side lane so before that junction, so allow people to come off and on in a safe way. They don't always do that though. So taking it to as a normal that you've got again access to the motorway through the slip road onto live lane 1. So live lane 1 is the near side lane. Okay, so you're building your speed up, you're looking around, good observation, good indication, and it's safe to pull onto the near side lane. So you do so. Ideally, you are trying to match the speed of the vehicles travelling along on the near side lane. This is for their safety and your safety. You don't want to put any other person or people in danger or yourself. With motorway driving is good observation, good anticipation, and the correct speed for what you need to do. So we'll leave it at that. That'll get you a good understanding of how to get onto the motorway. The next stage would be exiting from a motorway. What is the correct procedure for that? Obviously, mirror signal manoeuvre. Yeah, it's mirror, signal, mirror, manoeuvre. Then cancel your signal. MSM. I've forgotten which way around. I can't remember which way. I know what to do, but I just sometimes have a bit of a issue, as you might gather. So it's mirror, signal, mirror, manoeuvre. If you know what I mean. I've been doing it too long. Anyway, so the thing is, don't get complacent. Don't think people will let you in. Don't be judgmental. Someone might be driving along and their mind's somewhere else. They do it. We've all done it, and you think to yourself, and then all of a sudden this car's wanting to come on. In another video on the same subject, I'll tell what happened to me when I was driving a truck and what this person decided to do. And the car always comes worse off when you're driving a truck. Truck hardly ever comes off worse. But it damaged it, but that's a story for another day. So remember, build your speed up to the same speed as what the near side lane is driving at. Give a good indication, anticipation, observation, and then manoeuvre your vehicle onto the near side lane in a safe and proper way. Once you've done that, it's safe to proceed. And I'll talk a bit more in the next video. Hopefully you found this helpful. So please give us a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel will help the channel grow, and obviously put the video in front of other people like yourself, and by liking the video it obviously tells YouTube that I'm doing something right and it's helping people, and they'll recommend it to other people as well. So thanks again, take care, drive safely, bye bye.